Hello there, cryptids of the internet, to another episode of Tales from Terra, a Delta Cryptid Productions podcast and YouTube show. I don't really know what to call those.
It's good.
Stream?
I think you nailed it.
Yeah, totally nailed it.
Podcast, YouTube show.
We are back with another installment. We are still in the Murders and Monarchs campaign, and we are making some strides. Our detectives last episode managed to finally weave together a bit of a tale of what's actually happening, who's being murdered, and why, maybe. We still have yet to confirm.
It was in the name the whole time. A monarch was the murderer.
Would I do that? Would I do something as shitty as that? Yes, I would. Anyways.
Let's do it.
Now they have... Oh, I froze. What a face.
That is a derp face, if I've ever seen one.
Give me a moment.
There we go.
He's back.
All right.
Yeah.
You're good.
Oh boy. But they decided to finally move on to another investigation, and another part of the investigation is going to check in on Annalise, a clue during their first murder investigation scene. At that crime scene, they found tooth marks marked into dolls that were dismembered, and that set of teeth belonged to Annalise, although it was missing a molar. When sending in that DNA evidence of their saliva, they did confirm for sure that it was Annalise's DNA, although that DNA was a little corrupted. There was something off to it. So they're going in to see what's going on. Maybe Annalise is already dead. Maybe. Who knows? We'll see.
Spoilers.
So, detectives, you come up on the academic sector of the city, and this section of the city is basically broken up into three parts in and of itself. The dorms, where everyone sleeps, where there is food and the good stuff, the part that the students actually like to go to. There's a couple of activity areas, so some museums and whatnot. And then there is the two other pieces, essentially competing schools. Think MSU and Michigan State. No, those are the same thing.
What?
Michigan University and Michigan State.
What are those? What are those?
Uh,
I'm unfamiliar with the.
Think Ohio and everyone that hates them. So everyone.
Okay.
And
We're getting political.
we're talking sports, I think.
We just alienated significant.
Ohio?
Yeah. Ohio.
All of Ohio.
All of
Yeah,
our
it's
Ohio
fucking-
viewers. Come on.
Listen, I
Hey,
I don't
we're
give a shit
from
about
Michigan. Can you please give
Yeah,
us
I'm here
a
to-
break?
I'm here to fight. What you want, Ohio? Anyways, essentially two competing schools. One run by the Serva Veritas, which I called incorrectly the Serra Vitae in the last session because I'm a big idiot.
I was like, who the hell is this group? Now I understand why I didn't guess.
So wait, what is it actually called?
Yeah, they're actually called let me actually look at it so I don't say it wrong again. Serva Veritas.
Serva Veritas. So people that serve the truth.
Yes. And the name was so obvious, and somehow I still fucked it up. So, one half of this sector, of this academic sector, is basically run by them, and the other half is run by the Sanctified Bone. And it's like the arts versus the experimental research section. Science and maths versus the language arts, social studies, that sort of thing. Where those two colleges sort of split and focus their attention on.
And which is focused on which? Maybe that's a dumb question.
Yeah, Serva Veritas, they focus on the social aspect of things. They are historians. They focus on knowing the truth and sharing it with the world, or at the very least, having it available. They aren't so much publicly like, here's the truth about everything. It's just they record what actually happened, and if someone wants the truth, they can come search for it.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the Sanctified Bone on the other side, they're all about the biology of things. They're about how things tick, the chemistry, the magical connection between organic life and magic in itself. And they're a little more kooky. Part of the facility is actually made out of the bone, the sanctified bone of the creature that killed the Titan that once used to live on this land, or once used to stand here.
I think we start with that.
Yeah, that's where Annalise. She's one of the heads of this
the sanctified
facility. And you in the last session told Bison to try and get an appointment, and he did. He signed up. He signed up for
a reliable lad.
A kid.
He signed up for a student introduction. His grades are good enough to get him into college. Go figure.
And where his
Wait.
parents?
I am allowing Bison to waste his time on school?
No. This is just to meet with her. Let's talk for
Where's
a second.
he getting grades from?
No, shut up.
Homeschooled himself. Put it in his own grades.
He's grading himself and just uploading it.
He's a hard grader. He's gotten a lot of D's.
Listen, what is our approach here? So we're going
I have
in.
a meeting.
Yeah, Bison, you're the kid who's applying to be in college, and
I'm
we
his legal
are.
guardian.
You're his legal
Yeah, I
guardian, and I am your trusted.
Servant.
You're my
Not comfortable
mechanic.
with that. Keep going.
Mechanic.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Why would I come to this meeting?
Because due to my particular affliction, I can stop moving at any moment. I could have some sort of malfunction.
Okay.
Yeah, he's my guardian. You're his guardian.
There you
Got
go.
it.
Guardian
Okay.
squared.
So then, you're gonna have to do some talking. Are you okay with that? I said talking, like with your mouth.
Bison, you hear that? You're gonna have to do some talking.
Got it. Don't worry. I'm a special case because I'm such a young boy. They actually, we've got a chance to meet some of the school board, which I imagine Annalise would be a part of. I know that I asked for a tour from her assistant because I am a big fan of Annalise's research. So from there, I guess it's up to us to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's try it.
We all know our roles.
So as you guys come up on this facility, on this school, it is it's a college. It's fancy and it's extravagant. The kids walking around, they vary from like that preppy dude in an ascot and sweater that isn't on them but like is tied around them, and then on the other side there's a hacky sack playing dude bros with sandals on and one sock for some reason. And it's all sorts of people. Everyone's having a pretty carefree time, paying very little attention to the absolutely insane murders that happened recently.
Doesn't look like a place that's seen a murder recently.
Meanwhile, inside, as you start coming in, you meet they're sort of I forgot the name of the clothing. It's a traditionally Middle Eastern outfit in which everything is covered except the eyes. It starts with the B.
Burqa?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Burqa.
So there
Let us
is
know in the comments section. Educate us.
I'm just gonna Google.
Good plan.
First thing that comes up is Betty White.
Oh no. No.
Oh, I misspelled it, so give me a moment.
Let's not waste too much time on this. Maybe.
Yeah. No, you guys go ahead. Yeah, it's
it's a bird. All right. So you guys meet with an individual outside of basically the fancy front gates that welcome everybody into the school, and she is name. I think we don't. Yes, their name is 9.
As we walk forward, I'm going to start to kind of stutter a bit and look like I'm having some sort of glitching fit. So as Shin's walking forward, he's going to say, good.
I immediately rush to the metal plate on his face and I just screw something real quick.
And as she's done, I go, good day. Nice to meet you.
Roll a bluff with advantage.
Yes.
That's very good. It's very fun.
Ooh. There is an 8. Their bluff is influence?
Yes.
That's a 14.
Yeah. You see through, it's just their eyes. They don't have a whole lot. Oh, I froze again. God damn, what's going on?
I don't know.
Hey, you're glitching too. You rolled really well.
So yeah, as you perform this little bluff, you see with the little expression
bluff.
available through the what's available through the burqa, she is surprised. Like her eyes are like, oh no, is something going on, and you take care of it right away. So this individual 9, she is going to 100% be a part of this act. She believes it. And she greets you all with a little bow, hello, and she gets down a little bit and says hello to Bison. It's like, you must be Bison. We're very excited to have you. We have many young geniuses. You're going to be very welcome here. Don't you worry.
We're very proud of him. And I kind of pat him on the shoulder.
As you should be. The paper he sent in about generic variation is amazing. They wouldn't have even considered him without it. It's chef kiss.
That's our Bison, our little variant.
Give him a little pat on the shoulder.
Indeed. Okay, so today we have planned a tour of the facility, and then we'll have a bit of we'll have some time to sit down with a academic advisor to sort of pick out where you want to go with your life and what you might want to do. Then, because you're a special little lad, some of the higher ups, some of the heads of the board want to say hi and welcome you into the facility. So why don't we get started? And she takes you in, and this university, not only is it a university, it is also a museum. There are rooms in which lectures are taking place, but in the halls there are exhibits saying, with weapons and this and that and spells that were frozen in time, and just big exhibits sort of enumerating the many accomplishments and research developments of this facility. As you walk around, she takes you to different parts of the facility. Some of them are dedicated to certain things. She takes you to one in which it is just this wing is very specifically spells dedicated to necromancy and whatnot, and there's a whole section that's just a museum. There's no classes in this area, and she just shows you some of the accomplishments of the alumni, some of the healing magic that comes out of necromancy, and the developments in the medical field. Big stuff. Takes you to a section with all about weapons and arms and so on and so forth.
Ooh, do I know any of these weapons? Or I have weapons history, so I'm paying attention here. Are any of these weapons, are they closely monitored?
Oh yeah, they're very closely monitored. This would be an art heist level whole ass campaign if you want to try and steal one of these.
Locked.
As we're walking through here, I'm going to be sort of investigating doors and hallways just by looking at them, and try to use my all pertinent information perk to get a blueprint of the facility.
Ooh, beautiful.
Okay. Yeah, 100%.
So I have to roll investigation, I believe.
Yes.
And I would like to. Are there any like cool katanas?
Oh yeah. There is a special katana in the arms section. It siphons the life of the user and the life of the person it attacks, and then redistributes them evenly.
So I got a 12 on my investigate. Is that a success?
It's a success. Not a great success, but it's enough. You're not gonna get
Okay.
any like hidden rooms, but you'll get the full layout.
Okay, it's in my digigram.
Nice. So yeah, you see the full layout. You see that she's taking you to almost all of the different like exhibits, both the areas where people are in lecture. You know, you guys peek in on a few lectures about quantum physics and genetic variation, and just for Bison's benefit, takes you to one about the anatomy of monstrosities, as there's a dead one in the middle of being autopsied essentially. All sorts of other classes you peek in on, and you go to pretty much every exhibit. The only one you don't go to is the genetics exhibit, which has been closed down for the past maybe 5 days or so.
How close are we
That's
passing
curious.
that? Yeah. How close are we
How
passing
clo-
that?
You guys pass it, like you go through that section of the facility. Like I said, Bison peeks in on some of the lectures, but as you pass the entrance to like the museum section, it's cautioned off. Like it seems 9 says, "Oh yeah, we're doing some renovations. I think nothing, nothing we can really do about that, but I'm sure it'll be up and at 'em in no time."
Can I just awareness inside, like 9 meters in, and just see if there's
Yeah.
anybody like around there? See if there's any activity
Yeah.
in there.
You can get close to the wall and try to feel out what's going on in there, if there's anything going on in there. So you will get like a read of what you see, but I'm gonna still need you to roll an awareness, because we're gonna try to translate sensory information into sort of what's going on.
It's really good. You're frozen, but it's really good.
Damn it. All right, what is it? Just tell me.
That is a 19.
Whoa. Ooh. Okay. Yeah.
Tell me, paint me a picture.
Oh, I will.
What
So
does my
here's-
robot hand
See
see?
the dirty deets.
Here's sort of what you get. You notice that inside everything seems fine, but you also feel that there are near the wall that you are standing by, which would be because the hall goes in, over, and then you go back inward towards the rest of the exhibit, if that makes sense.
Okay, sure.
There are 2 people there, just kind of sitting in this currently cordoned off part of the facility. And you also notice one other thing. And I'm only going to give you this because you rolled an incredibly high awareness. And you have investigated specifically Annalise's teeth at this point. You feel 2 things. 9. You can literally feel her teeth. You can feel her entire body, and her teeth are identical to the teeth molds that you had acquired, except she's missing a different tooth. The one that you found was missing one of the molars. She's missing an incisor. On the other side of the wall, you find someone with the exact same set of teeth, except they are not missing any.
And that's just one of those individuals on the other
Yes,
side?
So
the other one.
It sounds like there are multiple copies of Annalise's teeth out there. That's what I'm thinking.
Possibly Annalise herself. Okay.
Wow. You can feel people's teeth?
You don't know this.
Feel every part of them.
I'm going to, as we're kind of like walking down this part of the hallway, I'm going to start to glitch. It's gonna.
I'll get that little Allen wrench. Just tighten
And
something up.
as you get close to me, I'm going to whisper into your ear. I'm going to say, see if you can send Winnie to take a peek on the other side of this wall. And I'm going to kind of gesture with my head toward the wall over and over again while she kind of prepares me.
Okay. Next time 9 is facing the other direction, I'm just going to whisper to Minnie and ask her to do that. Actually, I can do it mentally. I'll do it mentally.
I'm still gonna need you to do a stealth with Minnie,
Okay.
just to let that go through.
Good thing I just put a skill dice in that.
Hell yeah, do it up.
Wait, for Minnie stealth or my stealth?
Let's go with you because you're kind of commanding it. You're leading this.
Okay. Good. 14.
All right. This goes unnoticed. You give your nod and your wink to Minnie, and she just kind of loops and gets on in there. And you have a mental link, so you can be aware of what she sees.
Yes, I'm done.
And so I'm gonna go ahead and say that you guys are not complete idiots, and you have, Googled who Annalise is and seen public pictures of her.
I was actually waiting to ask if I can have said that I've done that.
Yes. We're going to assume that on the murder board, Bison already has a picture of her. And you know that Minnie sees her. She is currently sitting in the farthest back end of this room, basically nearest to this wall. And she is sitting on the bench with a vest on and someone standing next to her.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you see.
Can Minnie hear what they're saying? Or are they talking?
Annalise, she actually has a gag around her mouth. And the other person just seems to be doing something, fixing something on the vest on her and taking care of some other preparations.
Does she look like bound, restrained against her will?
Yes. So 9 pipes up, is like, all right, one more meeting. We have the school board to get to. I hope you guys are doing a little better now. Unfortunately, Annalise won't be able to show up. Maybe she'll be around next time, and good Bison here might be able to get a chance with her. But the rest of the board members would love to see him.
Well, that's a shame. I know Bison was really looking forward to meeting the great Annalise.
Well, I mean, with her research, sometimes she disappears for a little while. She's busy. But once you get enrolled here, there's always a chance.
Can I judge intent, look her straight in the eyes and judge intent to just see if she actually knows what's going on with Annalise, if she's part of this?
100%, do it.
He's telling me.
Yes. 17.
Oh yeah, they know.
Okay.
kind of looking at Max.
Hold on there. Looks like something's not wired correctly here. Hold on. Come here. Can you sit down over here? And I just lead him over to a nearest chair or bench or something. And I just start working. Just give us a second. We'll be right there. And I just start working on my saying, Annalise is bound and gagged behind that wall. She is being restrained against her will. And 9 knows about it.
Okay.
That's better.
I'm going to kind of crack my neck, walk up forward. With my awareness, do I know, can I get kind of in line on the other side of the wall with the person who's got Annalise bound and gagged?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to kind of get aligned with them on the other side of the wall. And then I'm going to say, well, perhaps it might be a simple matter of us meeting Annalise on our terms instead. And I'm going to kind of crank to the side of the wall and cast Aurora Wave through the wall and try to push that person back away from Annalise.
Hey, do it.
Oh.
So I think they just make a mental fortitude save. Hang on, because I think that just happened. So let's see. Yeah, so I kind of swing my hands, and as I kind of do so, there's like an electricity arc that kind of just, and I kind of crank down, and I go into kind of like, you know, like a Shaolin monk kind of like elbow and fist pose towards the wall, very earthbendery, and there's just this kind of shockwave that just echoes out, and it's going in a straight meter line through the wall. And so
what is the total distance on the Aurora Wave?
6 meter line.
All right, no, don't do it. You feel them right at the edge of your.
At the edge of the range?
Yeah, of your range.
Oh, okay. If I can't hit him, then I'm going to probably just say, I think I'm just gonna start walking back there. I think I'm gonna go down the hall and try to get to that room. I'm going towards Annalise. And if 9 tries to stop me, I'm just booking it through.
I'll follow.
Shortest, most direct path. Yeah.
9 definitely does try to stop. She's like, guys, this is off limits right now. It's not ready yet. You have to wait.
That's nice.
We're getting it.
That's nice. I'm just gonna kind of push 9 aside and just make my way over.
Bison, stay here. And I go back with him.
Okay. You go back into this section of the museum, and let's turn over to Roll20 then.
Gosh.
This is a small museum gala area, and it has specifically historical and generally accomplishments of genetic research.
Okay.
And as you can see here, ahead of, right up from the entrance, there is a stairwell, a half stairwell that goes to a half raised platform. So it's like a platform in the middle of the room. Yeah.
Got you.
And up in there, you see from where you are even, Annalise and an individual standing there.
Right over there. Okay.
Yes. You, when you were outside of the room, were standing over here, to the left of them, right at the edge of your detection.
Okay.
So actually, as you guys walk in, the person sort of holding her, they have been waiting for you. They've been setting up, preparing, and they
Wait, we can
you.
see them right now?
Yeah, they're on this this platform in the middle is like a half raised floor.
Oh, right.
With sort of a couple of fancier displays that were being prepared.
Okay.
And they make their way to you and to the edge of the platform and welcome you. Welcome, detectives. It is a very young man, the early 20s at best. And he kind of gives a little bow and is like, Master has sent me to prepare for you a small test.
Master?
Was
Who's your
that
master?
right?
It is. Yes, my master. They have seen you two as a fun exercise who might help bring to light the truths of the world. So, I am here to make sure and facilitate anything that needs to happen to make that happen. As you can see, behind me is Annalise. She is strapped to an explosive vest. It is a mechanical vest. It is not digital. We have seen you and some of your abilities, so don't you worry. We're not going to let that happen. If I am to be defeated, I have a dead man switch and it will release. If she is moved, she has a switch attached to her position and it will ignite. And if you do not solve the puzzle in 10 minutes, it will explode. And I guess we should probably start that timer. And he clicks something on his phone, on his watch, which then makes something click in the background.
Is he just standing there in front of us, or is he moving it?
Yeah. No, he's just.
Well, what's the puzzle then?
I'm glad you asked. See, they said you were the dumb one, but I think you know what's what.
Oh, you'll see exactly what I know in just a moment.
So he takes you over. He sort of draws attention to Annalise and shows that on her vest, there is a set of tumblers that have letters on them, A, G, C, and U. Are the options as you that get scrolled through, and you have to find the right combination in order to unlock the vest, essentially.
How many characters is the combination? Just those 4?
Those are the only 4 characters that you can flip through, but it's a 3-digit. There's a 3-number or part password.
Got it. Okay, so 3-digit password. Okay.
It is a physical tumbler that switches, but above it is a digital section that says the word start. And they say to you, so the clues are all around you. You have to find the right password for this vest. So try to figure out how to make it work. Your clues are start and everything around you. So play close attention to the history around us. And they give you this big, genuinely polite smile. Like they seem like a very nice boy. Except, they're here.
Okay, the first thing I want to do is run up to Annalise.
Okay.
And brush
Timer started, right?
past him, glaring at him.
Yeah.
And does he try to stop me or anything?
Nope, he'll completely let you by. That is not part of the mission.
And he doesn't look familiar at all? Do we recognize him?
No, I don't think you would. He does
Okay.
not look familiar. He's just a young kid.
Okay. So I want to go up to Annalise and just take a look at the vest, and without doing anything to it, I want to examine it and see if there's any way to sort of bypass the detonation.
Yeah, go ahead and do an investigation, and we'll see what you can find.
I say, don't worry, Miss Annalise. We're gonna do everything we can to save you, okay?
She's still gagged, but you hear her.
Okay, it's not great, but it's at least a 12.
So, a 12 is a success. So I'll tell you what is most pertinent. And what's pertinent is that this vest was designed for you. It was designed around you. It cannot be picked. There is nothing to pick. Everything is a very mechanical switch that is currently pressed with tension on. And once the tension is released, it'll disable and it'll cause the explosion. So it's not so much that there's something you can turn, something you can cut. There are multiple fail-safes back to back that allow it so that so long as she's here and so long as he's holding his trigger, things aren't going to explode. But if either she gets moved or one of the pieces gets tampered with or he lets go of his thumb, then it'll explode. There are digital aspects of the vest, but with your investigation, what you find is that if you remove those digital aspects, all you're doing is removing some of the interface, the thing that reads start. And that's what you got.
Okay. What is 9 doing right now? Are they in the room with us?
You do see them actually. They have walked in with Bison and just are
Bison's
standing.
perfect.
Yes, she's standing at the door with him.
All right.
Let me get a little token for her, a little something for her.
Well, something.
Going.
3 letters. So we just need to put 3 letters together in the right order.
Yeah, but we have 4 letters, and you can be any one of them.
Okay.
I'm going to. And we have to. Our hint is it's just we got to make our way through history. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn to Bison. I have weapons history. Can I use that towards kind of maybe aging? Can I see like the whole room from where I'm at? Like if I want to kind of guess between like maybe these 3 statues, who's the oldest of the 3 statues?
Yes. It looks as though it starts with the centerpiece, then moves to the right, up, left, and then back to the center, the lifted section. And that's in the sort of historical dating of this room.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Up,
Run that
left,
by me
center.
again.
Center at the bottom, then to the right, then up, and then left in terms of oldest to newest.
So
this is the
counterclockwise, starting with the bottom.
Yes.
Okay. So then in this section here that Shin is now in, I'm going to stand here with Max and Bison. I'm going to say, all right, given what we know, I think this is a good place to be starting.
Yes, it is. So, this is what you see when you sort of look over this this display.
Yay, chemistry. 400 years ago, near the end of the period of war, there was a town displaced from reality due to a magical accident. The residents of this town managed to survive, but there was no one powerful enough to undo the madness that had enveloped them. Despite being a human town, it was an Anzu adventuring researcher that offered to enter and restructure the reality around the town, while inside, Anil Varen found that she was unraveled and was able to see not only the pieces that make her, but what made us all. She stood in front of a DNA itself, which loomed larger than any building, and she was able to see the 4 pieces that comprised the entire thing. After years of scientific research, we now know these to be the nucleotides adenine, guanine, thymine, and cytosine. All right.
That's how they discovered
There
DNA
are letters.
in the
Oh
world.
no,
We're
it's not
doing-
letters. AG.
No, so it's a DNA. The letters, I'm sorry, I might have misheard the letters. I have AGCU. Is that supposed to be T, like Tom?
Maybe. maybe read the rest of them first.
Okay. All right, so we have our nucleotides here. All right, then I think, run over to the next one then.
Let's read the next one, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Going to display number 2.
Okay. 50 years after the discovery of DNA, a magical expedition was held to shrink someone and allow them, I'm assuming, to be able to witness DNA again. This involved dozens of scientists and mages, of which only one survived, but they brought back the information of how these 4 pieces worked and connected. They found that guanine linked to cytosine and that thymine linked to adenine, and that these pairs then linked repeatedly in a random pattern. They also found that RNA existed and worked as a messenger form that was similar, except thymine was replaced by uracil, then being sent out to the body. Okay.
There's the U.
Yeah,
Oh man, I'm having
RNA,
flashbacks to biology in 8th grade.
Dude, I'm pretty glad that I took biology in college. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
You
this
took,
is like
biochem.
Yeah.
yeah. If I'm hoping that this is a puzzle that even if you haven't, you could probably solve, but it does help.
Yo. All
Okay,
right,
so
let me
T
just
is
take
replaced
notes.
with U. Got it.
Yep. Okay. I'm just putting something down here. All right. Yeah. Off to the next one then.
All right.
The third development came shortly after, when a young girl lost at sea due to a shipwreck was consumed by Agor and his whirlpool. She somehow managed to survive the perils of the Titan's dungeon and was found at the center of the continent, Aztlan, where she searched for the right person to give the information she learned from Agor at his request. After finally finding a research fellowship made of all the races, she shared her knowledge of codons, the language through which DNA writes. She sent this message. She sent mages and scientists into a frenzy. Excuse me. A codon is a string of 3 of the 4 nucleotides. Each codon is then copied and eventually translated into a protein structure to be further used in the body. No picture is just a bust of the girl who survived. Okay. So we have a codon.
So all these codons are different amino acids. This one, codon 7, is stop.
Yeah. So
Immediately, I think maybe UAG could be the code that we need to make it stop.
Well, maybe. Yeah.
Let's read the last one, though.
Yeah, let's read the last one. That's a good note. For years, after the world learned of codons, mages and scientists worked together to not just unravel the truth of DNA, but to master and control it. Thousands of experiments were done on willing and unwilling subjects to try and further alter their DNA to make them more capable, especially for battle. Very little success came from these, as thousands died until they realized that the few who survived had a specific codon at the beginning and end of the strand they were altering. The start and stop codon were discovered through trial and error and countless sacrificed life. But with its discovery, genetic alteration boomed, and most alterations now are vestiges of these awful experiments. Once the 100-year war ended, magical genetic alteration was outlawed and strictly enforced. Research was still permitted, but only with the vigorous governmental oversight to ensure that the horrors of the past stay in the past. Okay.
In this display, there's also this wheel of codons, essentially, that list the ones that they had learned at the time.
Got it.
Yeah. So the thing says start right now.
Yes.
And what does that say? It's a little small for me to read it. If you can zoom in, David.
MET and GUA. Oh, sorry, you mean me to zoom in.
Yeah. There. Good. Okay. So
Thiamine,
So
guanine, uracil, adenine.
go back to the third thingy once.
Okay.
Please. Please and thank you. Oh, okay. Never mind. I was hoping there was.
Stop codon with GUA or something.
Yeah.
Stop codon is all the way at the right there.
No, I was looking
sorry.
for the ME. What is MET?
Methionine.
Methionine. It's not on there.
That's
No.
okay. So we know what our start codon is, right? So
I'm just wondering if the vest is prompting us for the start codon or if we need to put in the stop codon.
I think,
It says start
need
on
to-
the vest.
yeah, you're right. Because the thing is, we could try to just figure out or we could try to do the opposite chain. So if our start codon is GUA, then we could try typing in CAU,
Why would it be
That'd
the
be-
opposite?
because it would be the other side of the chain, the other side of the ladder.
I don't know.
If remembering how this.
It doesn't hurt to try. They didn't say anything about you can't have multiple tries.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
good.
Hey, guy, how many tries do we have?
Oh, you have as many as you want.
Okay.
There might be some penalties, but nothing is going to be immediately life-threatening. I don't think. Yeah.
Okay. I'm very uncomfortable with this whole situation, but I feel like I don't have a choice here, so.
You definitely don't. Thank you for participating.
So yeah, do you want to try CAU?
You are not welcome.
All right. So you're trying CAU, right?
Yeah.
One moment. Yes, baby. If you stop at Burger King, you get the meatless burger and fries.
Hi, Jess.
Hey,
You
Jess.
say hi. He says hi back. Thank you, baby. I love you.
So, yeah, let's try it.
Okay. So as you turn the dial, you see that there's the word start at digital, a blank area, and then the thing you're putting in. As you turn the dial, above it, the blank area fills in with letters that drop down. Boop, 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 boop. And as you turn it to, what was it again?
was it
CAU.
CAU. You above it, you get CAU. So it would be CTA in that order. Appears above it, and
Wait, T or C? Or I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember because okay, we saw the letters A, G, C, U earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, continue. Sorry.
So yeah, when you turn it to the letter configuration that you put in there, you get back the DNA equivalent of it. As you turn the RNA strand, you get the DNA strand in its place.
Oh, okay.
And
Which is what?
for CUA, it's
CAU.
CAU. For CAU, it's CTA. And
GTA?
CTA.
Oh,
God, there's a lot of letters being said around.
yeah. Sorry. I'm just trying to remember. There's a C. C connects to G, right?
C connects to G, A connects to U.
Yeah.
In
And
RNA.
in RNA, yeah, and then in DNA, A connects to T. So
Exactly.
we put in CAU to RNA. So we got back CTA.
Yes, because the U is still connected to the A instead of being connected to you, and the second one is T.
Yeah, but the first one should be a G, right? GA.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. The first one is a G. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it's GTA is what comes out?
Grand Theft Auto, baby.
Hey. Okay, now we have to go steal a car, I think.
Oh, we've already done that this campaign, so
Yeah.
the game.
Done. Next. Okay.
But okay, so
that wasn't it.
that wasn't it.
Unfortunately, but
I want to try the what? Did something happen?
a little bit. The timer that says 10 minutes drops down another minute. It was at like 9:30 something. You guys quickly ran through and you got information, and now it's dropped down to 8.
Okay. We should try the other one. The stop sequence from the third
third slide?
So,
which is I can't remember.
I'm turning to it right now.
UAG.
It's giving us that.
Or we could just go in order. We could try going in order here.
But it doesn't start with the same one. None of these are GUA. None of these codons are GUA. So we don't know that this is necessarily the sequence that we need to plug in.
Okay, let's just try UAG.
Yeah, that can't hurt. Let's try UAG. Try to stop codon.
So
that's going to give it to them. So we should get...
While I'm doing this, I'm going to look at Annalise in the eyes and say, do you know how to solve this?
Pull the gag out of her mouth first.
Yeah, you pulled the gag out of her mouth, and this, keep in mind, is a very old woman. She is not quite on Adrian's, scale, but she is easily in her 50s. She looks like a 30-something. Like she looks incredibly young, and yeah, I'm gonna say you pulled out the gag. You asked for a hint, and she will give you one. She says
You also plug in the
that-
stop codon.
Mm-hmm.
And we did also plug in the stop codon. I just
You
wanna-
plug in the stop codon.
I'll just say before I finish putting it in, I ask her this.
Okay. She says that the original order you guys put it in for the first one, it was just to try and remember. You had said
CAU.
CAU to try and get in return the GUA, but she lets you know that DNA is read from 5' to 3'. So the wheel that you're reading goes from in to out.
Okay. That's what the 5' and 3' markers were. Okay, got it. All right. So that was, let's see, GUA, or so it should actually be AUG. So we should plug in UAC. So we
plug that in, and the start dings and turns red and turns to stop. And the tumblers that you turn them, above them, the letters that match up correctly line up. And the far left one, that is now T above it, it's A on the bottom and T on top. That one's locked into place. And also the timer drops to 1 minute. And the
let's go.
The fella giving the instructions just like, you're almost there. Good job, guys.
I have no idea what's going on. Just tell me what to do next.
Oh, just keep following the clues.
not talking to you.
Okay, so what does the timer say now? Or what is the sequence now? Or it just starts with T?
Yeah, the sequence is the same as you put it in, but the one to the far left, the T in the, because there's 3 rows. There's the digital thing that says start.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting a phone call. Damn it.
No worries. Yeah, I gotta physically draw this digital thing here. So there's this thing that says start. And then there's
I don't
3
understand.
spots. I think I do. And then we put in codon.
I get the lunch order right. Also, guys, check this out.
Ooh, cool.
That's
cool.
great.
Nice.
Oh,
That's pretty nice.
All right, I have to put this thing back in there.
Okay, so we did UAG, and then what came out? What happened? I'm so confused.
We got the T in the first of the 3 things, right?
Just T just locked in there?
Yeah, so you put it in, and then you got in return the DNA sequence that aligns with what you put in, which turned the digital thing that says start. That the digital thing that says start turned to stop, and then the first letter, the T, of the middle row. Because you understand, there's 3 rows, right?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay. I'm sorry, Hannah. This would
It's
probably be a lot
okay.
easier if we were in person and I could like draw it for you.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay.
So it kind of looks like this, except imagine that this is a row instead of a column.
Yeah. So it
Okay,
says
so
start.
put on UAC.
Yeah,
just
so
locks
these
it.
guys would be instead of across.
That your first row says the word start. Second one now says TAC, and the one below that is the tumblers that you're turning to
Oh, so
get your answer.
but this now says TAC, but the T is lit up, right?
Yeah, the T is stuck in place.
So
that
T is
that
correct.
tumbler won't turn. Yes.
And we have 2 more to go and 1 minute to do it.
Yes. And now instead of saying start, it says stop.
Okay, so the start turns to stop, the letter T locks in, and we have 1 minute on the timer.
All right, my next try is going to be AUC.
What?
A.
I'm not
U. Let me see. All right. You turn the dial to AUC.
Might have all just blown up.
And I believe it stops. The stop button dings. The digital part that says stop dings, and the tumblers all lock into place, and one last prompt shows up, and it says what is the name of the truth that you've been hiding? And you can try to answer that if you want, or try to figure out what it's referring to.
Should we say Jasmine Gold?
Real quick though, the second spot, did that come up with a letter?
Yeah. Well, once you turned it to those letters, it matched up the appropriate DNA strand, and you got your stop codon out of it.
Okay.
Is the timer still
T-
going?
Yes, the timer is still going. Someone has to say the truth that they're looking for.
Do we say
It says the truth that you've been hiding. Say the name of the truth you've been hiding.
the name of the truth we've been hiding? It's probably the mother's name, right? I'm whispering to Shin.
Yeah, we could try it. Jasmine.
Jasmine Cold.
It doesn't respond, but Annalise kind of side eyes you like, how do you know that name? And
Her gang is out if she wants, but if she wants to talk. Okay.
Yeah, she.
No, we have less than a minute here. No talking, unless it's the
but
answer.
The prompter, the person kind of running you through the rigor here is like, Oh no, this one's not for you. This one's for our guest. Annalise, why don't you say the name? And she responds and says, God, what's this little fuck's name? Nas Craven.
Nas Craven. One of the Cravens.
And that's the name of the prince. And
Oh, the Cravens are the royals?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sia
Okay,
Craven
okay.
is the princess. Okay.
So,
Nas Craven is the prince.
with the verbal identification of Nas Craven, the vest disarms and falls off. You've saved Annalise. You are now in this room, and the bad guy who's been prompting everything is like, "Congratulations, guys! You solved the puzzle. She's unfortunately still alive, but hey, we at least got one of them." And he points over to the middle. He points over to the middle of the.
Go ahead.
Sorry. He points over to the middle of this area where he's the display, and you see that in the center here, in the final platform above you, what looks like a DNA structure in and of itself is the disassembled body of someone who looks, once you get a closer look, exactly like Annalise. Just a little bit younger. And inside her mouth, there are no teeth.
Oh my god. What the shit?
Well, I'm gonna say that's mighty unfortunate, but at least we've got this one. And I'm gonna kind of side-eye Annalise a little bit, and I'm gonna kind of say, you've got some explaining to do in just a moment. And then I'm gonna kind of crack my knuckles, crack my neck, look at that guy, and just kind of point at him and go, and you've got some explaining to do right fucking now. And I'm gonna start to just rush at him.
Okay. Let's roll engagement then. Because he has
Yeah.
he has
Let's
his
go.
own orders.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
14 for me.
Engagement is D10 plus agility, right?
Agility and intuition.
Oh, agility and intuition.
Do you just
Oh.
never have your character sheet up, or?
No, I have my character sheet up. It's the rules. I know what my numbers are.
It says on the character sheet, dude.
No, mine is handwritten, so I have a lot of like other stuff just not in. So it's 15.
15? All right. And you got a 14,
Uh-huh.
Max? All
Yep.
right. So Shin, you do get the drop on him just slightly, but he gets the drop on Max because I'm assuming, Shin, you have the higher agility in this situation.
I
Because
hope
you also
so.
got a 15.
I've got 6 plus 6. 6 is my agility.
Yeah. He also rolled a 15 for his, but he only has a 5 agility. So you go
he's
first.
fast.
Barely.
All right. Yeah, barely indeed. Okay. I'm going to. We're on top of the thing right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to get right up next to him, and I've been waiting to do this all game. And I'm going, as I kind of like land in, I'm going to kind of just like flatten my palm as I'm about to punch, and just kind of send the energy that was kind of building up behind the punch out through my palm, and just kind of aurora wave blast him off the pedestal.
Oh yeah. Lose some NP and do your attack.
Alrighty.
Because it's a melee now. Let's see, that's roughly 5 meters. I wish Roll20 wasn't just in feet.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a way to change.
You can make it so every
My-
square is interpreted as a meter instead. Can we get back to the map, by the way?
Oh, I moved over, but I forgot to move you guys over.
That's okay, I figured.
Again, I don't Roll20 very much.
No, it's fine.
Not my best attack. Let's see. So I get to roll my combat I have 2 in martial combat. right? So I get to roll 2d4s with it.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. Those are both 4s, which is really good because I rolled a natural 1. But I have 2 4s, and then if I'm using strength, that's a 7. So
right.
that is 11 plus.
That's
plus
a
1,
hit.
12.
He doesn't have any fancy armor on. He's just wearing regular day clothes. And you strike him and fling him. How much damage does that do?
Oh, that does 2d8 damage, actually. Let me tell you.
Hit him.
Let me tell you.
Oh, those are really good rolls. Oh, not really. That's a fairly average roll for a 10.
All right. He looks very hurt. This kid does not look like he's a fighter.
Do I get to add my melee attack to this? Since I'm casting it as like a melee attack thing?
Yeah, you get to add your strength.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, that was my 7. Okay, that's already counted for.
Okay. So yeah, he gets launched off the platform and he lands down, and a little bit of blood spurts up, and he's like, "You didn't have to be so
any
rough."
more movement?
Yeah, I'm gonna say you have your movement left, at least half of it.
Okay. Can I get up next to him?
How much is your total movement?
Let's see. How do I calculate that? My agility is 6, my endurance is 4.
Agility plus 3.
Agility,
Yes.
9. So 6 plus 3, 9.
So you've used up half of it to get in position to attack, and then you have maybe 5 more meters you can go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can get up to him.
And I'll just get up within kind of like range of him.
All right. In that case, it is his turn. He's going to pull out a gun and point it to himself and say, "You didn't have to be so rough. I'll take care of it for you."
Can I use my reaction
Yes,
to
you
get
can.
in there? All right.
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna do it. And then with my cybernetic hand, I'm just gonna kind of grab the barrel, right? Maybe not even move it. Just like catch the bullet in the metal hand.
Do it. Yeah. Roll your reaction. Let's call this. This seems like a block, but you're blocking for someone else. So go ahead, do that.
Okay. That's pretty good. That's 8 on the roll plus 7,
Ooh.
15.
Hell yeah. You effortlessly, like you put your arm in straight and your hand just turns upside down without your arm even moving and just grabs the bullet and the barrel.
I'm gonna lean in real close to him and I'm just gonna whisper, "Oh, don't worry, lad. It's my pleasure."
All right. What else would he even try to do at this point? Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of options. This is a bit of a mook. He's gonna end his turn. He doesn't have any other options. What do you want to do, Max?
I am gonna use my new spell to flash freeze him.
Do it.
So I'm just gonna freeze him in place. I'll leave his. I mean, if I could do this, it's just to grapple him, so that's the effect that happens. But leave his face, open for talking.
Sounds good.
So I take a big inhale. I blow this frigid air. All these pieces of ice just kind of like flinging towards him, and they all kind of and link onto each other, and it freezes around him, and it holds his arm in place without the gun pointing at his head, ideally.
Yeah, don't worry, we've taken that out of it.
And he has to do a hard poise check to avoid being grappled. It also does some water damage, so I guess I have to roll that. I hope this doesn't kill him.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know. Unless he gets a solid tenor, this isn't gonna fly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. He is fully frozen.
So the question is, does 8 damage put him out?
He does pass out. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say he's not dead,
Okay.
He will die in about a minute if you don't resuscitate him a little bit. But he is fully frozen, so like, who cares?
Okay.
What's
So
9 doing?
we get the gun
doing
out of
all
his
this?
hand. Yeah, what is 9 doing?
9 is hanging out with Bison for a moment, seeing all this, and then once he's frozen, she will like kind of yell out like, "Oh my god!" and then try to run to Annalise, and she's yelling out, "Annalise, Annalise, are you okay?"
She knew about this though, didn't she?
She did, but it doesn't mean that she was, a part of it. It could be a ransom situation.
Oh, like forced coercion kind of thing. Gotcha.
I didn't have a token for her, so she's this caveman that I found very quickly.
Before she like really makes contact with Annalise, I am gonna put the gun that I just got out of that guy's hand, and I'm gonna point it at her, and I'm gonna say, "Not so fast, you."
Oh no! What are you doing?
I'm gonna just say,
You knew about this.
yeah.
What's going on here? Is this the real
Yes,
Annalise?
Yes, she's the real Annalise. He abducted her this morning, despite our best efforts. And
Who is he?
he's just a student here. He was no one really. And he told me that if I didn't, keep you guys on the tour until the end, and this lead you here later, that he'd kill her. I'm so happy that he didn't just, when you guys ran in here, I was so scared. But everything seems to have worked out.
I'm gonna look at Annalise.
What's his name?
To kind of confirm.
Yeah.
She looks a little indignant, like, okay, whatever. Like she believes that 9 would not lie to her, but is a little like, this is pathetic. You should have done better.
She's very hard on her staff, I'm sure.
On herself.
Yes.
It's a good.
In terms of-
It's a whole new meaning of being hard on yourself.
In terms of their name is
Yeah.
Edwin.
Their name is Edwin.
That's the boy that you knocked down. At least that's the name we have on record. Yeah, I don't really know much of him. Other than that, he's just a regular student, a C student at best.
Edwin, it seems you started to aspire to be more than what you were. So, why don't you go ahead and tell us your story?
Okay, let's wake up Noem. Noem?
Edwin. Yeah.
Edwin.
So you just kind of shake him awake then, slap him awake a little bit.
Yeah, you get him up, and he fully froze. He's like, oh.
Wait. Hang on. Before we wake him up, I want that vest. Let's put the vest on.
You put the vest on him. I mean, it's disabled, but you put the vest on his frozen
That's
body.
okay. Max, can you make it look like the vest is turned on again? You don't have to actually turn it on, just make it look like it's powered on.
I'll try to tinker a little bit for a second.
Yeah, do a tech use. Let's see what you get.
Not good.
Oh no.
8. It's still fine though. 15.
15.
No,
Alright,
That's
with
with
a
a 1 on
15.
the dice.
God damn, your tech use is absurd. So with that, what happens is you start taking apart the vest to, release Annalise and put it on this fella. And you find all the pieces and all the parts, and you can 100% reassemble this vest. You can also activate it if you really want to, or just make it appear however you want. You can genuinely, you are in control of this now. This
I'm
is your
just gonna
vest
make
now.
it appear like it'll detonate, and I'll take the detonator out of his hand that he had and just hold it, just pretending that I could detonate it if I wanted to.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that after you disabled the thing, he didn't really, try to keep it in hand very much, and when it was knocked off the ledge, he let go. So you can just pick it right up.
Okay.
And now you are threatening him with an explosive vest. And yeah. So what do you want to say to this boy?
Hey, buddy.
I'm going to say, tell Annalise, like, before we wake him up, feel free to chime in at any point if you'd like. It was, after all, your murder that they were plotting.
She, kind of collects herself. She calls 9 over to fix up her hair, and 9 rushes over and starts touching her up.
Someone else fix up her hair. Wow.
And
let this bitch explode.
She just kind of walks up, and as she walks, she's not stopping 9 from doing what she's doing. Like, 9 is still fixing her up as she's walking. She's not interrupting the process.
Nice.
And she stands up on the ledge, and it's just, I don't know who this fool is or who his people are, but if he knows the secret of the boy, and you two seem to know who Miss Cold was, then maybe we should have a more private discussion.
I'm going to kind of look around at nobody being here, and I'm going to say this looks plenty private to me.
Fine. I would rather it be somewhere where the doors are locked and people can't get in, but fine.
Quick callback. I'm going to walk over to the door and look at her as I close it and lock it. If it's possible. Are there doors to be locked on this room?
No, there's an open hall. Like,
open
people
hall?
can just kind of walk in and out.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's abandoned. Not many people are going to be here.
Well, our icy friend is probably about twice the weight that he once was. So it's pretty heavy if we got to move him anywhere. Plus, I want to take a look at what the fuck is hanging above our heads here. And I point to the thing hanging from the ceiling.
Oh, yeah.
Or inside the DNA statue or whatever it is.
Kind of look at Annalise.
There's a body there.
Arch an eyebrow at Annalise and go, one of yours.
Indeed he is. That's 6. And she,
Wait a second. If I look at the eyes of 9 and look back to Annalise, do they look similar?
9 looks a little younger, but they are identical otherwise.
Miss Annalise, I'm just gonna come out and ask this. Are you cloning yourself?
Why? Why would you ever say that? That's, as you know, extremely illegal.
Listen, I'm not gonna report you. I'm putting 2 and 2 together here. What's going on?
I suppose that was a bit subtle. Yes, these are my clones. 9 and the unfortunate passing of 6. And at this point, Bison starts kind of coming up to investigate the scene itself, just to kind of get a good look at the body, see if there's any junk in there to figure out. And Annalise is going to offer you a bit of information and mention you clearly know a little bit about the truth, and it seems this person somehow did as well. They managed to get me even after we improved our security, and you, despite your brash nature, managed to be the ones who saved me. So I'll let you know, because I repay my debts. Nas, he's one of mine as well.
One of your clones? Or just someone who follows you?
Not exactly a clone, but one of my experiments. You see, the queen, unfortunately, has a hard time bearing children, and traditional medicines were not able to remedy the situation. And as you know, genetic magics has been outlawed for a long time. But they came to me and made a request, and I couldn't say no, especially since that means they won't be able to say no to me.
It's always nice to have someone in your pocket.
Indeed. It's especially nice to have the Cravens in your pocket.
So, Mass Craven is nothing more than a test tube baby of yours.
Yes, genetically, I suppose he would be mostly theirs. I'll have it in a minute. Sorry. I suppose genetically he is mostly theirs. I did have to sprinkle in a little bit of extra to keep him stable.
I was going to say, and I looked at the pictures, he certainly has your eyes.
Well, why wouldn't I give him the best features?
So, it seems then that
Wow.
you've got a bit of information. That's the kind of information that would make someone the target of a murder.
I would say great deduction.
That's what they mean.
So, do you know who could be doing this? Does anybody else know about your little experiments? I mean, obviously Edwin knows.
They're not
He's alive.
supposed to. I truly don't know how they found out. The only people who were there present were me, the king, the queen, and a couple of my research assistants here. 9 comes and she bows a little bit. They're the only ones that I trust with the more sensitive information.
Well,
And these other research assistants, are they also like you?
and you.
Yes. They are all. I mean, who can you really trust except yourself, right?
So how does it work? Are they like loyal to you to a fault? Or do they have their own free will or what?
Oh no, they are regular people. They are free to do as they wish. They just wish to follow me. I am, of course, their mother.
Gross. So,
You could say that, I guess. Mama.
let's see then. We've probably got, let's see if our friend Edwin here can give us an idea of who exactly it is that's been so eager to see you and yours.
Yeah, he wakes up and at this point he's kind of shivering and he's a little cold, but he seems pretty, clammed up. He's not going to offer detail right away. All he says is...
As he's shivering?
Oh, 100%.
As he's shivering, I'm just going to say, don't worry, lad. We dressed you warm. And I'm going to gesture to the explosive vest on him.
I would welcome the opportunity. I've done everything the master has requested, and he will be happy.
Master. Oh.
Yes. He's a great individual.
He. Okay. It's a he.
Yes. He, she, they are everything. They are my whole life. I wouldn't be here without them.
That's nice. Sounds like a real stand-up person. I'd like
to
them
meet
too.
this.
Yes. How can we go about meeting your master?
Just stay on the case, detectives. I'm sure they would love to meet you soon.
Who else besides Annalise did you all have in your crosshairs?
Oh, just a couple more. Or, you know.
Edwin, I'd like some names if it's all the same to you. Otherwise, maybe I start the timer on this vest here. And I'm just gonna kind of lean in and try my best. I know he seems pretty okay with dying. I'm gonna try my best to intimidate him.
Okay. This might be the only extreme roll I ever request, because this guy
doesn't really seem to.
He's all in. You need a 20. Can you even get to a 20? I think you can.
I think I can. I have a 6 on influence, and I have +3 to intimidate, or I have a 3 on intimidate.
Wait, 3? You have 3 advantages?
On intimidate, yeah.
Oh, okay. You might get a 20.
Oh, that's an 8 on the roll.
Okay.
That's 3 threes. So that's
you got it.
17 plus 6.
Oh,
all right, that's over 20.
Shit.
So it is over 20. You will get a success here, but I need something. I need you to frame this for me. Death isn't a fear for him. He wants to die. That was part of his mission. What do you threaten him with?
I'm going to threaten. As I kind of lean forward to him, I'm going to kind of look down at the vest, and I'm going to say, "Don't worry. I know death isn't something that bothers you. So we've made a few adjustments to this, you see. My friend here is real good with machines. This doesn't just explode for you. Instead, it's just going to burn. And it's just going to stay at just enough heat, not to kill you, but to make it a very painful time. So you can choose." And I'm going to kind of pull my gun out and cock it. Give me the information that I want, and I'll give you a quick death. Don't.
And
in about 10 minutes, you'll have a nice slow.
He is very scared of this. But I'm going to say, just because I want this to happen this way, because I think it's kind of fun, I think Bison kind of jumps off of the little staircase and onto your shoulders, and looms down over this guy and mentions, and if that isn't enough, well, maybe we'll just let it be known to everyone that you already betrayed your master, that you failed your mission. And you see a little spark, that spark of fear that you ignited, the idea of this physical pain being sort of blown into a massive fire of fear, as the idea of not only being tortured, but also having the master think that he is a traitor. So yeah, he's gonna offer you.
I love this. Like, I'm gonna call it our icy hot threat.
Nice.
With a little bit of like.
That's the name of the episode right there.
A little bit of mental fear implantation just to top it all off.
Mm-hmm. So here's what we're gonna do. You got one question to ask this man, and he'll give you a, not game-breaking but very honest answer. What do you want to know?
What's more important? Do we want to know the names of the future targets? Because I feel like that's kind of obvious. We should probably ask about who the master is.
Or where the master is.
Let's try who, and then he'll probably give us a where.
Maybe not.
He might give us something that will help us, because I doubt he's just going to give us the name of the master. But
no, he's not going to give us the name of the master. Names of the victims might be worth it.
How about we just... what if we asked, what is the master's goal?
No, we kind of know.
What's the end game here?
I think we kind of know that.
It's probably just to take down the family.
Yeah.
Chaos.
So I think the thing to ask this guy is going to be, how can we find his master? I think that's the one.
Ooh.
How or where we can find the master.
With a little bit of shiver of both fear and cold, he mentions the master will be add a dinner engagement in a couple days with the entire royal family.
Got it.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm going to.
And I don't think he's gonna tell us anything else.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. So I'm just gonna kind of cock my gun, right? Put it up to his head, and just say, "See ya."
Gonna kill him?
Shin,
Yeah.
he's a kid.
Promised him he'd die. I told him I'd give him a quick death if he gave me the thing.
All right. Yeah, no, he dies. You execute him.
I execute him. Yeah.
Shin,
Well, all right.
what the fuck? And I go up to him and I punch him as hard as I can in the arm. Not the metal one.
Yeah. No.
Shin,
And
this is not what we do.
this is exactly what we do.
This is not what we do. I'm very
So-
mad at you for this.
We told him. I told him if he cooperated, that I'd give him an easy.
That was an intimidation technique.
Not a liar, Max.
All right, we're gonna talk about this later.
In the corner of your eye, a notification comes up. Bison will remember this, and you move on to your next whatever.
Shin's not a good role model, people.
So you kind of have free reign over here to investigate whatever you want. I need we're going to pretty much be done here in terms of the session.
Well, to say
Actually-
maybe we just do some quick rolls and see if we get anything.
Yeah, you can do a couple
Like just
quick rolls.
investigate the situation.
Yeah, sounds good to
So
me.
you
Alright.
take an investigation check, and then I'm pretty good. So I'll say you do the investigating. You probably got a better investigation than me.
Can
I just have
Shin
awareness.
like help me, like give me an advantage?
Bison will do that.
Bison will help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bison's got that down.
Great. Oh yeah, it's good. So we got 19. That'll be a 19.
All right. So you look around and you determine that indeed the person who was strung up in this way, who was displayed, is one of the clones. You know, investigate the whole room, and not only the room, you look at the people, you investigate everything with a 19, and you find that the room itself had been cleaned before this happened. Everything was prepared, everything was set up. This fella, as you were doing your investigation, Bison looked into them a little bit on his computer to help you, look around. And aside from his name in the directory, he doesn't exist.
It's a
He
ghost.
didn't exist.
Can I have Minnie go up to? Are there any security cameras in the room?
No, they
Okay.
were long disconnected
Okay.
before you
Never
got
mind
in. And the last thing you find is that in the structure that was made, in the display, in her hand, in the hand of the body, there's a tiny USB, little flash memory stick.
Snagging that.
Plug it into Minnie's butt.
We can explore this back at the ranch.
Yeah. One moment. One moment. Sorry.
Okay. I can't believe you just killed him, Shin.
Promised him. They'd give him a quick death if he cooperated. I'm about to start lying.
Really?
We weren't going to get anything else.
Lying is just crossing the line for you.
That's when it starts to be too much. I might be an asshole, but I'm an honest asshole.
But I ain't no liar.
We all have to have the things that we believe in. Say what you like about me, but I've never been dishonest.
So, this is crazy. I can't wait to look at that USB.
It's probably porn. Sent in the wrong USB.
It's the king's sex tapes.
One night in Paris.
With Jasmine.
One night, Jasmine.
Oh, God.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah, that's what you find there.
Okay.
As you do your investigation of the USB itself, with the help of Minnie, you even pull in Shin's arm and use the processing power of it to do a little further investigation, and you're able to determine a couple things. The the IP address of the computer that created this USB is in the Royal Castle.
Okay.
And inside of this are files that are clearly meant for you to have. They are essentially digital journals of the city's founding, who did what, who founded what, where, as well as a journal of the princess and her birth, and some of the things that the Craven family has done to hide things.
Bastards.
Exactly, including the as you scroll through this, going fast through some of this stuff, because a lot of stuff you have already seen, as you picked up some stuff from Mary's place and you picked up some stuff from around town. But one thing that is here that you hadn't really figured out yet, journals from the princess, like her personal diary, seems to be scanned in. Yeah. And the diary is kind of her pining over her tutor, the guy who tried to kill her.
Pining over, so she liked him?
Yeah, she had a bit of a crush. 13-year-old girl being tutored by this 19-year-old kid who's the best at what he does in terms of being a tutor to these royals, to the upper echelon of people. He's very smart, very charming. She was very into him.
Okay.
And
I mean, that makes sense.
She knew that he was with her handmaiden, and there's some information about her pining over that or whatever else. And there is a document trail of shortly after when he tried to kill her, that the handmaiden was taken out of the city and given a home to live in, out in the country, essentially, out in the middle of nowhere. There's further documentation related to that, just about the costs of upkeep as they continue to presumably pay for her existence, I guess.
Yeah, so some ledgers or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the majority of what you find on that USB. If you want any more information, you're gonna have to go home and sit down.
Yeah.
Also,
and
if
I
you
will
want to talk to
overnight.
Yeah. Is there anything else you'd want to do in this room? Anything you want to ask Annalise or try to suss out?
Annalise, thank you for your help today. Rest assured, your secrets are safe with us. Our goal is to prevent anyone else from being harmed.
Who else? Who all was there when the towers were built?
Oh well, I mean,
who all would be involved?
Well, the key players are mostly me, Adrian, and the king. Really, he was just a boy at the time. His father was the one leading it, but the king was the first to offer his blood to the tower.
No one else you can think of?
I know we had, we used our resources. The MSN were all involved. My faction, they participated, they assisted in the research necessary.
Sounds like there are at least a couple other victims or a couple other potential murders. So
yeah.
I'm just trying to compile some sort of list of who that might be. Who might be on that list?
What do you know about Mary Killian?
Oh, her. Just another rabble. She was a skilled nobody. Skilled enough for her to be useful when needed, but unimportant enough to be kept quiet when necessary. That's who she was to us.
The body in the DNA structure, is it like pieced apart like Mary's body was, or is it just suspended there, or what?
Well, Mary's body was turned into a doll.
Yeah,
Mary's body was turned into a doll, but upon observation of this body, it does seem as though it was, again, very surgically dismantled, to the point where they managed to keep blood vessels intact while separating it from the muscle. Like, this is an incredibly skilled individual.
That sort of thing require any sort of like special equipment. Like, I imagine that kind of precision isn't very common.
No, there are some who can achieve it with a magic. At this point, this is her telling you this, that some people have magical means to facilitate such a surgical precision. Others, otherwise, you'd have to use rather expensive equipment, really. So
it's either someone very skilled or very rich.
Yes, and likely both. There is a machine on campus in our anatomy lab that might allow for such work. But they would need access, and
he was
clearly,
a student, wasn't he?
Very possibly. This fool was apparently a student.
That could be how he got access to something like that.
Are the cameras in the anatomy lab that we can access?
Of course, I can access them. Might take a moment, but I can get them to you.
Please do.
Tyson, give them our email address.
He gives them 3 different cards at this point.
snm@gmail.com.
Yeah, she'll get back to you on what you need to know about the cameras to get you back that footage.
I think
she kind of steps.
Yeah, sorry.
She steps down from her perch and lets you know. It seems as though you are on the right track. Good luck in your investigations, and if anyone finds out of my work, I'll know. And
Understood.
he just walks away. And
So
Nine,
I suspect we'll see you in a couple of days at the ball.
I wouldn't miss it, especially knowing they might be there. And she has this like evil little grin, knowing that, you know, some shit is likely to go down at this dinner. She's excited.
I like
I'm
this
kind of excited too.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah, they
so I guess we just leave the dead body there.
Yep.
Fucking walk out of here.
Quick search, no sort of like information or anything on him, no tattoos or anything.
No, this, I don't know how to say this super great, but this is an incredibly clean individual. Like, they look as though they've been partially picked because of how clean they are.
Okay.
Okay.
And yeah. Head on
Alright.
out,
So we
back to the
head out.
tavern.
Back to the tavern. You show up. Everyone knows the drill at this point. As you show up, everyone else leaves their tip and leaves. And you guys
We're
sit
bad
down.
for business. Oops.
At this point, they're requesting a 5% of the pay to make up.
We come up with it. It's fine.
When the guy that I bullied last time starts to go out, I just kind of like give him a nod.
He gives you the Sokka thing from Avatar. I see you. He bolts out the door. And yeah, you sit down. They pour you guys some drinks, and at this point, the night has fallen. It's been a long day, and the credits roll because this is the end for this week, guys. Thanks for watching.
Holy moly. Wow.
We got him.
That was a big one.
Got him. We saved her.
Yeah.
I thought
Sorry
Annalise
about
was a baddie.
Mm-mm.
Well, I mean, she's not great.
She's not
She
great,
is doing
yeah.
illicit DNA experiments
It's
on.
very illegal. But it's not the
Yourself.
kind of illegal that we're concerned with. So,
Yeah, it's not what we're worried about right now.
right.
It's not
Yeah.
horrific murder.
Right, it's not violent crimes.
Anyways,
Although
yeah,
Shin
thanks
did commit
everybody.
a violent crime today.
You sure did.
Yeah, sure
I'm
did.
gonna spend the evening just ripping into him and telling him how not okay it is to murder people.
Oh, you tell them, and
This kid was
Clary,
doing this against his will. He was just a kid trying to get an education. He got into some bad shit. I can't believe you did that, man. So on
Yeah,
and so forth.
as Clary and Janice hear what like you're telling, they're like, "Oh my god!" And they start also laying into you a little bit. And Janice pulls Bison away. And is like, "So you can't. So here's what's wrong about that." And blah blah blah. And that's the night. Shin is just there, burying himself in a drink, while everybody else is just like, "Shin, how could you?"
I will also say when I'm done with that, I just want to explore this USB to like the deep corners of the files and find
The
everything.
deep corners of the file. The deep web.
Going to the
and
deep
you
web.
will. But not tonight, because
Yes.
our viewers they need to go listen to the next episode probably if they're listening to this later on. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. Just to let you know, if you listen on a podcast, you can also watch us on YouTube. And if you watch us on YouTube and rather listen to us on a podcast, you can do that too. We're on any podcast app or on YouTube at the YouTube channel Delta Cryptid Productions.
ECP.
Please rate,
ECP.
review, and subscribe on all the things.
Yes. All right, that's
Don't
all I got.
comment. Don't you comment.
As always, wear a mask, get vaccinated, and go the fuck home. Bye.